Welcome to the Hall of Fame Club podcast, now with Season 2 flavoring. Still your local source for the 2025 Philly season. And now your hosts, Chris, JV, and Keith.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025, and welcome to the 61st episode of the Hall of Fame Club podcast, brought to you by the Broken Bell Network. Tonight, the fellas discussed the last couple of series of the season, the March to Red October. Keith did some mathy stuff that I'm sure Fuzzy and I won't understand. And as always, there's Stump the Fuzz and our Dummies of the Week. All that and more, or maybe less, on the asterisk episode of the Hall of Fame Club podcast. Gentlemen.
Yeah, I don't think we won't acknowledge this episode for another 30 years.
How we doing today?
Living the dream.
I heard the worst freaking news ever today.
Oh,
we'll get to that.
All right.
It's terrible.
Well, not terrible news. The Phillies did clinch the NL East while we were in between shows. They did it in dramatic fashion in LA. 6-5 win over the Dodgers in 10 innings. You had JT.
Right. We were on earlier in the day.
Yeah, we were. I mean, we just weren't. We weren't on for it, but JT delivered the game-winning sac fly. Kyle and Bryce both homered in that game. It was a very wild game, but sure enough, that gave them the NL East 2 years in a row now.
Yes, that's what
2 years in a row.
Year in a row they made the playoffs.
Yes,
they were first time in the franchise history.
You know what happened to the last time the Phillies won back-to-back NL East champions?
Won a World Series.
Sure did.
Yeah. So they've been jockeying for seeding right now in the NL. That is what we're going to mainly focus on. We are aiming for that first round bye in the playoffs. We do have, recent wins. We do have some momentum. Positioning looks very strong for that. We will get into the maths, so to speak. There have been struggles. We'll get into Ranger having a very rough outing versus the Diamondbacks. And let's talk about, we're going back to something that happened earlier in the season with leaving runners in scoring position. We were 1 for 14 in the D-backs series. So that's kind of, where we're at. There's ups. There are some things to talk about. They are ultimately the division champs of the NL East. How do you guys feel about that? I mean, is there, you're happy to not, looking to be playing in the first round wild card, right? So that's obvious. It's
still not a lock.
It's not a lock. All right, and we're going to talk about that. Magic number officially actually is 3. But because we have the series tiebreaker against the Dodgers, it's actually only 2.
Right.
So I think that's the easiest situation to explain. But we'll get into that when we get into it. Any updates that you guys have heard on Turner, Edmundo? I mean, Alec is looking good. But any other word?
They both Sosa and Turner both took batting practice today with the team. They're actually expecting Sosa to be back tomorrow, maybe the day after at worst case, depending on how he feels. And Trey Turner by the end of the weekend coming up. They're expecting him to come back, get a couple of bats in before they go into the playoffs. So yeah, he's going to do Trey's going to do more batting practice tomorrow, and like I said, hopefully the end of this week they're looking for.
So right, and we do have 5 games after tonight left, so I don't think there's a rush to get him back, having the first round bye, having that batting, the BP is good, making sure he's getting his extensions in. Because hammies are just one of those at any moment thing, and you can re-aggravate it as easily as it came on. We got Johan Duran coming up for a lights out situation, hopefully. NBC Philadelphia, Sports Philadelphia, they play it when it's at home.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
So we got that going on right now. It's still very cool. Still a very cool intro.
I gotta say, I've always loved closers having their own song. Mo Rivera coming out to Sandman. I forget who. I think it was. Who was it up in Minnesota? Came out to Hell's Bells.
Ricky Vaughn.
Ricky Vaughn really. That one was fun with coming out to Wild Thing.
You're thinking of Trevor Hoffman.
That's it. Trevor Hoffman coming out to Hell's Bells. I've always enjoyed them having their songs.
It's amazing. They all copied it because they all watched Major Leagues as a kid, and they were like, "This is dope."
And now technology has made it even that much better. Like you couldn't forget this Duran intro a few years ago because
you're just talking about, but the LEDs just all around and the effect. Yeah. You know who has it down really well? Hockey has it down well because they have the full floor projection system that they can kind of go. Basketball is starting to come in with like the LCD or LED floors. I don't know how I feel about that yet. I feel like it could be distracting or I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I don't know.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Like it could easily, like if you're a player and that light changes as you go to try to catch a pass or to throw a pass,
right?
Suddenly it's going through your hands and smashing your face, and you lost your top player for a few weeks because of Cottonelle wanted their commercial thrown on the floor, so.
And don't forget Phillies legend Jonathan Papelbon. He came out to Dropkick Murphys when he played for Boston.
Right. That's what I mean. The songs were fun, and now we added this technology into it, so it's even better. So, and the entrance to the Super Bowl, that was great. Even for the Chiefs, as much as I hated the fact that they could do it, made it that much more entertaining.
Yeah. What do you guys think? And I'm sorry not to super switch gears on you, but can we have a serious conversation about is Schwarber going to be the MVP, or could he be the MVP? Now we got 5 games left, hopefully, that we can kind of like look at it now. Yeah, this. Duran's getting a lot of calls his way right now. He must be.
I just saw that. What is it? The knuckle curve that they just gave him.
They gave him high. They just gave him inside. And he got him.
So he just throws an 89 mile an hour knuckle curve and then hits him with a 102 mile an hour fastball.
Right. 102 down the pike, and he took him down.
I'm throwing my bat at you.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm throwing my bat at you.
Yeah, he took him to his knee on that, which is just sickening. And the drop on that was crazy too.
Yeah.
Oof. God, that's just pure heat.
Just seen that just trailing in and out. It looked like it was drunk.
Son of a bitch.
At the clubs.
Ow. So JT just took a foul ball to the right hand.
That's
I'm out.
That could be
bad.
Yeah, and it was right to the back of the palm of the hand, the back of the hand. And
kids, tuck the hand behind your back. There's no reason, if you don't need to try to get that quick throw in there, Get that hand out of the way.
Yeah. What do you what do you think? What do you think this conversation is like? Does he know it's broken? Do we think this is broken?
The conversation is,
See,
did it hurt?
I don't know.
No,
'cause,
motherfucker. It didn't hurt.
Like, I was umpiring a game this spring, and it was only 12U, but I mean, I took one all square off the back of the hand right there, and I know it's not quite the same level of what these guys are, but like, it took a minute, it hurt, and doesn't look like he's wincing every time they touch it.
He's actually not wincing at all
Yeah.
when they touch it. He's actually, I think they're checking to make sure he has
Oh,
feeling. But Marjan is getting suited up. I mean, at this point, he's throwing the mask back on.
I mean, I would at least make a couple throws, see how your hand feels. They got to let him make some throws, right? I mean,
Oh no. Oh no. No, I'm sorry. That's a huge no. Yeah, that he is not feeling that. Oh, I can't believe he's staying in. I would just go and have that x-rayed right now.
he's a tough guy, though.
Yeah. Speaking of tough guys, Bryce was scratched before the game.
tummy
Illness.
He had a bellyache.
Belly, BGs. Everyone gets the bubble guts. There are a few commenters online. I can't tell if they're Mets. I don't know what the situation is, but they're for being the team leader, for being the tough guy that you're supposed to be, you can't play with a little bellyache.
Believe me, last thing you want to do is be on first base with clenched butt cheeks because you got to go running.
Right.
Timeout blue, like running into the bathroom. Like, come on.
Yeah, they play 6 games a week.
Game 156, division clinch. The Marlins stink. If it's the Mets fans, go watch your team lose and not clinch a playoff spot. Otherwise, don't talk about baseball. You're not allowed. Oh shit.
That is,
and it's tied.
We have a tie game. That's what we have. We have a tie game.
The Mets still stink.
Okay. This is fine. This is not a big deal. This is fine. It's magic numbers 2. And this is what we are going to get into. We might as well do this.
Just threw it right down the middle. He threw it right down the middle.
Yeah.
It had no movement on it. It went right down the middle.
No, well, it just hung up there. It just hung.
Well, let's just say let's go D-backs.
Yep. So the situation now is the magic number is 2. Because there is a tie, the magic number is 3. And it has to be a combination of the Phillies and the Dodgers. That's what we're down to.
Son of a bitch! The Mets tied it. It's 6-6. I gotta stop talking shit.
Yeah, that would probably be best at this point.
Shut your mouth.
I don't care.
I don't want to say the words lock, but in order to lock in the second seed, we need to finish better than it's any other division winner except than the Brewers. The Brewers are the best team in the NL, so there's a miracle scenario for us to be able to take the 1 seed, which will give us home advantage. But if the Brewers get knocked off before then we still have home advantage. So there's still the possibility of all that still happening. But in order to lock in the number 2 seed, we need either 2 wins or 2 losses by the Dodgers, or a combination thereof, 1-1, 2-0, 0-2. It doesn't really matter. We have 5 games left after tonight. We have a 0-0 game right now on the top of the ninth. So what we thought was going to probably be a one magic number 1 situation has now turned into we need to really talk about this too. How do you guys feel like just that the magic number being 2?
You got to go 2-4 against 2 of the worst teams in the division. It
Right.
should be fine in that inmate baseball.
Right. So that's the current scenario, right? You're playing 2 eliminated teams. So from any playoff shot. What do you do? How do you manage this? Do you just put in your best until you can, or do you kind of let those 2 wins come as they do with you giving guys some time off like you are with Harper?
You find the balance, like you got to keep them sharp, because we've seen it in years past from all of baseball, where if you take too much time off, those teams get cold and they don't do well. The Braves come to mind most recently,
Back-to-back
so
years.
you got to find that balance to keep them going in it and staying competitive. But you want to give them the rest too. So you start playing strategic ball and doing what you can to win, but also understanding that at this point, the goal is staying healthy more so than winning games.
It makes complete sense.
Which means it's not going to be done.
So, so as Fuzz mentioned, we have 3 games versus Miami, 3 games versus Minnesota. The Brewers actually have 5 games left. They're playing actually San Diego and Cincinnati. So they're playing 2 teams that are still in it for something.
Yep.
And so their road is a little bit tougher on paper and expectations, because all those teams involved, what I just said, with Milwaukee, with San Diego, with the Reds, they're all playing for something. Where when I said Philadelphia, Miami, and Minnesota, only one of those 3 teams are actually playing for something.
Right.
I'm not saying Miami is not playing to ruin.
They're playing because they got 2 division rivals in this last between the Phillies and the Mets.
Right.
And they would love nothing more than to ruin somebody's day.
Yeah.
And I don't blame them.
Yeah.
You got to do that. If you're playing in the division, ruin a day.
Yeah. Didn't the Marlins push back? Yeah. Didn't the Marlins push back Sandy Calcaterra?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if I say his name.
Calcaterra.
Yeah. Like, I love it. Like, be the troll.
Makes you kind of wonder if they got a better relationship, I guess, with the Phillies, that they're not going to throw their best pitcher against them. They'd rather.
No, I don't think it's that. I think it's the fact that you have a chance to play spoiler because because everyone wants to be a spoiler. Everybody wants to be the villain, and nothing says the villain like.
We got nothing. Yeah, we got nothing to play for except for to ruin your day.
Right. There's not. I mean, the Marlins could come in and sweep the Phillies, and it means nothing. It really doesn't, because, the Phillies to get to the magic number 2, it's not that hard. It really isn't. It's an attainable number. If I had to look at StatCast, there's probably a 95% chance that they get the number 2 seed.
It's 94 point something. It is. It's very yes.
For the Mets to not to make the playoffs, it's a lot higher than that. And let's be realistic, the Phillies do own Sandy. Like, they hit the shit out of him. So,
yeah.
Well, so
like they
so right, the Marlins aren't spoiling. The Phillies are headed to the playoffs regardless, right? They are a division winner, so you're in the playoffs automatically. Whether you're a wild card or not, that is completely different. You might have to play in. You're a division winner, but you have to play in the wild card round. That is the last of the 3 division standings. Can they spoil us? Yes, absolutely, 100%. But they'd rather spoil the Mets because it's the last series and it's statistically more doable.
And it's at home.
Right, and it's at home. Correct. So there's a better through line, a better story there that they want to tell.
Marketing, by putting them in there,
yeah.
And listen,
there makes more sense.
And you know what? There's more eyes on you when you're playing the Mets Marlins in a playoff for the Mets, and he could become trade bait for somebody. Like the Marlins could use him as trade bait.
Exactly.
That's unheard of. The Marlins unloading a team. It just doesn't seem like their MO. So the way we stand, the current record as of right this very second, no games have finished. The rain is picking up like crazy. Bottom of the ninth, you got Marchand is in, so he is pinch hitting for JT at this point. The Phillies are 92 and 64. The Dodgers are 88 and 68. There we go. Marchand with a double.
And just so everybody understands, I wasn't kidding about the math stuff that Keith.
Dude, I didn't even look at it.
Right.
I saw that shit and I was like, that is too much.
Yeah. That's why in the intro I was just like, shit, I'm not going to understand. So
nope.
We can go there.
But here we go. Let's
somewhere
talk
in that math, he wrote E equals MC squared on a Friday night in October.
Well, here's
holy shit. It's really pouring.
It's pouring. It is really messy right now.
They're going to call this game. They're going to suspend it till tomorrow.
I mean, is it even raining where you guys are?
I don't know. The blinds are closed, so I can't see the outside.
And it's black outside.
Doesn't sound like it. But they were saying spotty but heavy rainstorms today. So
okay.
But it was also supposed to start at 4:00 this afternoon. That did not happen around here, at least.
If the Phillies win outright, they can. We don't have a 100-win season. That includes tonight's game. 98 wins is the most we can do. The Dodgers, the most they can win is 94. And the Brewers,
there it is.
There we go. They're going into rain delay. Yeah, that was a little too crazy. The Brewers can actually win 100 games this season. So the Dodgers cannot exceed 94 wins. And then if the Phillies finish with 94 wins, so that's two more after, today, and maybe we'll get this game on. But Phillies still have that tiebreaker. So we won more games against them against the season. So the Dodgers need to finish with more wins, and the Phillies need to lose for them to be leapfrogged. So that is it is like Fuzz said, that's highly unlikely. But let's now talk about the Brewers. The Brewers are slated to finish ahead of the Phillies. However, there could be a combination of Phillies wins and Brewer losses that gets them the 1 seed. The Brewers have 5 left, and they're playing teams that are in it to win it still.
Here's my thing with the Brewers. Brewers are a good team. They're this and they're that. I don't hate them, but I can't deal with multiple rounds of do it for Bob. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Oh, we got weather from Danny. He's checking in. There is no rain in Kensington.
It's because you're underneath the L. You don't feel it.
So some of the scenarios that I guess you could say the overtaking the Brewers. The Phillies win 4 of 6, and the Brewers lose all 5. That's very possible. If the Phillies win 5 of 6 and the Brewers lose 4, we still got it. So the Phillies win 6 of 6 and the Brewers lose 3. We don't get it. But it's because they have the tiebreaker. So there's like only 2 scenarios where they could technically move on and get the 1 seed. Is it that important to you guys? And would it be fun to see a Milwaukee kind of stumble on the way in? Or would it just fuel them?
At this point of the season, and because it seems like such a long shot, even by the math that you just explained, I don't even want to entertain it. It would be one of those things that if it comes down to the last game and there's all that stuff fell into place, yeah, that'd be exciting. But until then, I don't care. So worry about the 2, and then let's move on.
Yep. So there are must-watch games this week coming up for the next week. The rest of this series, right, against the Marlins is clearly it's must-watch because we have, the clinching of the 2 seed within this. I think the Minnesota series is actually probably going to be. Tyler just asked it, and I was just going to say that I think Hoskins is back, isn't he?
Good.
I think he's back. Someone mentioned that to me last week at work. They said Hoskins is back.
Hold on. Breaking news. I got images of Keith explaining the math.
It's really not that.
It's not.
It's not that complicated.
No.
But it will take like one of those dramatic, movie type moments for the 1 seed to happen. I think the 2 seed is I don't want to call it a lock. It's just so we can lock in to get it.
It's like towards the end of Little Big League when the Twins are watching Seattle and Jonathan Silverman, the pitcher's like, I love you, Dave Magadan, but I need you to ground into a double play so that they can play Seattle for the final wild card spot. And he grounds it. That's what it's going to be like. Everybody's going to be sitting down watching it. I will not be. I'm going to watch every game until Sunday.
Before we get into any other segments, I think it's okay to just mention that the Mets 80 and 76, they're tied with the Reds. And they are only, I think, 1 game ahead of Arizona right now.
Yeah, but they're 1 game ahead, but they're in the 7th spot.
Yeah. Okay. So right. So, but they, they had a 3-game losing streak. But they went from being in a very comfortable position to being in a dogfight with just 6 games left for them. So their magic number is now 6. But like I said, the Reds hold a tiebreaker over the Mets. So even if the Mets win all of their remaining games, they still need the Reds to lose at least 1 game to get in. So, the Mets no longer control their destiny, right? So, like, they do need to root on where the Phillies, they control their destiny. It would be nice if the Dodgers could contribute to it, but we have plenty of time left to handle it.
So the Brewers must be playing Hoskins kind of light because he was back 2 days ago. He played on the 21st against the Cardinals, but he hasn't played in this Padres series, and he's not in the starting lineup tonight.
Okay. I mean, and he DH'd the other night, right?
He was the DH.
Yeah, he DH'd.
Yelich has been the DH the last 2 nights, last night and tonight.
Yeah, you hate to see it for them, right? You hate to see it for them that they're not going to go to the playoffs. Fuck the Mets.
I don't hate it at all.
They were a shoo-in for the wild card, right? Now they need help.
When you suck, it's what when you put that karma out into the world like that, you deserve it.
Listen.
Coming out and having your prized commentator calling a team overrated that's ahead of you in the standings, as it was, and has won how many more games than you at that time, you deserve it.
Yeah, listen, get your golf clubs, boys. Figure out what courses you're going to hit up. Putting your reservations now. Get to know the starter. Tip them well. You know what I mean? Don't be cheap about it. Are we good? Are we good to button up into our segments?
We're there's another breaking news.
Oh yeah, breaking
season.
news. Breaking.
The Mets season.
Oh. Oh boy.
I hate the Mets. Like, I will say this. I got a little snippet of a crazy wild stat. 29 days ago, the Cleveland Guardians were 12 and a half games out of first place. As of 5 minutes ago, they are now tied for first place. I have nothing else.
Wild.
I got no math. I got no.
Just went through a similar thing. The
The
Diamondbacks
AL
still have a
wild.
chance, and they offloaded everybody. Like everybody that meant something to them, they offloaded them at the trade deadline.
They're like,
still
say
in
ya.
the damn playoff hunt.
Yeah, they were deuces. Well,
Breaking news: the Pirates have been eliminated from the 2026 playoffs.
oh
Just so we're
shit.
aware.
And the Mets
shit.
have taken the Mets are winning 7-6.
Okay, that's fine. They need to win all 6. And the Reds, what are they doing?
They were losing.
They were. Let's see what the current score. They were losing, and
The Reds lost.
They
to the
lost
Pirates.
4-2 to the
Lost.
Pirates.
4-2.
lost. Yeah, here's the final. So that game never changed the whole way through. This is a good segue. We're talking about the Mets. We're talking about teams losing and. All right, this is the segment where we just bring to the forefront of something someone did, said, whatever, stupid, around something in baseball or sports, or we've gone way wild card on this and even named our own wives. That's fine. I'm not sure if we're gonna have a three-peat for Sandy, but it's very possible. Mine is for a wife this week. It is for Nick's wife, who decided to go on social media, Jess, right? And Jess Castellanos, and say, "Stop picking on my husband." They ask him stupid questions, and they're picking on him of some sort. Your husband makes $20 million a year. Stop it. Secondly, he hasn't been that good. I am his number one fan, at least on this podcast. So if I gave him the dummy of the week earlier in this season podcast, I'm giving it to you as well. Because, look, if you can't take a little bit of critique about your husband's flippant behavior and comments towards the manager, you keep that in house. He made a stupid comment like, "Hey, I don't know. I'm not playing much. I couldn't tell you what's wrong. If you think there's something wrong, whatever," throwing shade. That's on him. He's got to watch his mouth, because it's not about him. You're not a star on this team. You're a platoon guy. Relax. You're making a lot of money to be a platoon guy. Don't say anything stupid. And lastly, I don't know why you have to have your wife jumping to the conversation about this. Like, it just makes you all look silly.
Agreed. So I debated several things this week for my dummy of the week, and there's a lot of stuff that happened around kids' sports that could have happened that I could have brought up. But I decided that my dummy of the week is the Major League Baseball Umpires Union Association, whatever they are called. It's your fault that we're going to these computers next year and that we get to have the ABS system in place. It's 100% the union and the umpire's fault. You did nothing to show that you would hold your guys accountable. You did nothing to show that you were going to try to train and get better and put it out there or get better. Just flat out do a better job. And when you refuse to do that, then technology will come in and really take you out of your job. So, we saw it with Blockbuster. Like, Blockbuster refused to change and grow, and now look where they are.
It's even worse.
Umpires, if you refuse to grow and change, you will be out of baseball eventually.
It's even worse. Blockbuster had an opportunity to buy Netflix.
Right.
And they were like, nah, we're good. We got stores. We're okay. Yeah. I can't disagree. I'm all for the ABS. It's coming next year. You have 2 per game. If you win it, you keep it. You get one extra in extra innings if you have none left.
The way I read it is 1 per extra inning, which is kind of crazy to me.
Well, if you still have your 2 from the game, you get them two in the extra innings.
So you could essentially have 3.
No, they don't add any. If you have none, they give you 1.
Got it.
If you have 1, you keep your 1. You don't get a second one.
But
that's the way I read the rules, and it's
you
very.
Use it in the 10th, you'll get another one in the 11th. If you use it in the way I was reading it, it looked like it was going to be 1. You get 1 per extra inning you play.
It's very possible. I don't know if I got
that you can't carry them because that would just be let's just stack them. That'd be ridiculous. It's not Uno draw 4 cards. At some point,
I told you the system that you should probably go over to is is every call is checked, and then a tone goes to the ump's ear. If it's that quick and accurate. I do know it's being powered by T-Mobile, so good luck getting coverage.
As long as we're not in your house.
Yeah. Fuzz, who do you got? You got a dummy for us? You got 3 dummies?
Oh boy.
Oh Jesus Christ. Has anyone been on your lawn? Like you don't have to call them a dummy. You just yell at them to get off your lawn, dude.
We are going into week 4 of the NFL season, and people are still crying about the tush push. That is 1. 2. Someone like one of the high at football things put out the week 4 power rankings. They have the Rams above the Eagles and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Ravens, all who fucking lost last night and Sunday. So there's my dummy of the week. Well, my dummy of the week, my real dummy of the week is a guy who is being chased by the cops. He's going 180 miles an hour on his motorcycle, and he would have got away with it if he didn't turn into Ghost Rider.
Did it just explode?
Yes, it burst into flames. He's okay, but he fucking burst into flames. So,
Jesus.
I got this. And next thing you know, why is my hair on fire? That's your body, buddy. But
oh boy, almost would have gotten away with it if it weren't for those meddling gas tanks.
But yet,
son of
the problem.
boy, oh boy. All right, let's head into this.
I need to know Luchador.
Hall of Fame Club presents Stump the Fuzz.
No,
do they make a Phillies one?
About
reach out to,
Luchador base? No, Tyler. I was saying they put the Rams above Tampa Bay. The Rams lost, and they have Tampa Bay below them.
As always, thank you, Tyler. He puts together our Stump the Fuzz questions. We do, and if you haven't, please check out his shorts. After every game, for all Philly sports, before big games, before he does preseason shorts. Listen, real short content, really good stuff. Gets you really hype and energized for our sports teams. It's great to have him on the network. Please check out his stuff. He is constantly uploading every day. So these questions, let's go with this. These are all a little bit difficult, but we're gonna go kind of like Phillies history in this past week, if you will. That is going to be the theme. So, on September 20th, 1992, Philly announcers John Kruk and Ruben Amaro Jr. played witness to the Phillies' first ever unassisted triple play. Who made the play?
Are you for real?
It's the easy question, bud.
All right. It was Mr. Mickey Morandini.
That is correct.
And Bonds was the last person there.
But listen, I'm not trying to take away any of your. I was just saying, some people wouldn't have known Mickey Morandini. You knew it.
And don't ask me what grade my kids are in.
Right. It's okay. No, it's all right. So September 22nd, yesterday, it's a big date for Ryan Howard. He actually has quite a few achievements on the date of September 22nd. Here are 3 achievements that Ryan Howard has accomplished. Which one of these wasn't on September 22nd? Did he achieve the single season home run record of number 58, career home run number 300, or his first career grand slam? Which one of those did not occur on September 22nd?
Which one did not occur?
On September 22nd.
Okay, so did not occur. So say it again.
Single season home run record of number 58, career home run number 300, first career grand slam.
First career grand slam.
That is correct.
Very well done.
That was
because I'm trying to think like
guess.
I'm trying to think 300, and I'm trying to think like 300, and I was like, I know he hit 58, and the games were before the end of September. Like
the only hard one to judge there would have been the career home run 300. Did it roll over into a new season? That occurred in September 22nd of 2012, September 22nd, 06 for the number 58. And then it was August 10th, 2005 for his first career grand slam. And here we go. This we could do multiple choice here for you. But you have to call for it. Okay. When we do it, okay? Now you could take a shot at it. And if it's wrong, okay, here we go. On September 19th, 2008, the most runs scored against the Phillies that season, what team was it against? And it was 14 runs, by the way.
In September?
In September. You're on the right track. I know what you're thinking. Especially late September.
It's a division game.
There we go. Good boy. Do you want your...
No.
I mean...
I don't want... No.
Your multiple choice was actually... Seriously, your multiple choice, no bullshit, is Braves, Marlins, or Mets.
It's going to be the Marlins.
It is the Marlins. That is correct.
Yeah,
I think we've actually either only generally finished against the Mets.
Because I'll tell you why. Because when the Phillies clinched the NL East in 2008, they played the Washington Nationals. So I know it wasn't them.
Right.
Ryan Zimmerman grounded up the middle. I was in the car with my wife on our way to dinner. Again, I'm a fucking psycho. I knew.
No, 2008. I know games from 2008 like that too. What are you talking about? You're not special, regardless of what your mama told you. Very well done. You nailed it 3 for 3 there. Excellent questions from Tyler this week, actually. I wasn't sure how they were going to go, but you nailed those, bro. We have a super short show this week. I know we have Fuzzy's segment, right? And then what do we have cooking this week on the Broken Bell Network?
Well, tomorrow, as usual, now the football season's kicked off. The Philly podcast will be doing their thing, probably recapping the 2 blocked field goal game from this past weekend. The heart attack
what happened?
It was
2 blocked field goals. Yeah. Really?
I believe so, unless I had a heart attack somewhere in there. The way that game was going, it was possible.
Everyone I talked to the day after they all said the same thing. Well, he's not blocking this one.
Right. There was no way. Mathematically,
Statistically, we've all watched enough football to know you're not blocking a second one.
Right.
Here's the thing. The first one, I feel like, was by accident. Once he realized he could do it, he's like, the second time, he's like, shit, dude, I can do this. And the second time, he meant to do that. The first time, it really did not look that way.
Hold on.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, boy. Oh, this is the best.
Right down the middle. I was so mad. And then I wasn't.
He blocked it! What? Yes! Score! Go, Jordan! Go!
Like you could hear me.
For the love of God! We did it again! Holy shit! Oh my God! It was wild. That's a real honest to God reaction. So we got
my wife's like, you went back and recorded yourself to do that. I said, no, if you actually look on top of my fireplace, the time says 4:06. And then what made it even better is after they showed that, they cut to the next game and they blocked the field goal. The Jets and the Bucks.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a bullshit.
3 fourth quarter blocked field goals in week 3.
I was up at Parkwood watching, doing baseball stuff around there.
Yeah.
And you just heard everybody on their phones watching it. And because of the way the delays were working, you literally heard it. Like the opponent's bench cheered, then our bench cheered. And then I heard it down at the other baseball field.
Pockets, right? Just pockets popping off of delay.
Yep. It was hilarious listening to it. I'm like, oh, I guess something good happened. And then one of the other dads there explained to me what happened. So,
yeah. But, and then we have Thursday, right? We have a Thursday show.
Possibly.
I don't. Possibly.
All right. If we have a Thursday show, we'll announce it tomorrow on Philly podcast.
Yeah. And then next week we'll recap the season because it'll be wrapped up. Philly podcast will also be on again next week. And we're stay tuned for a possible special edition of the Hall of Fame Club podcast late next week as well.
We're working
on a couple of things there. So, And then the Orange and Black podcast has dropped its second episode this past week and should have, I believe, the third episode coming up this week as well. So check all of those out on the Broken Bell Networks, all of our socials, YouTube, X, what's the other one? TikTok.
The guy doing our podcast for Flyers, he's got a really good radio voice. Oh, that wasn't
Jamie.
calling him ugly. I'm sorry. Yeah, Jamie. I'm sorry. If you guys haven't checked out the Orange and Black podcast, it is featured on the Broken Bell Network.
He's got a face for radio.
Yeah, he's got no, dude, he's got a really good good voice there for it. So when he first dropped the video and everything like that, I was like, this sounds like announcer work almost.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So thank you very much, Jamie. If you guys haven't and checked it out and you're into Flyers, or you're thinking about getting back into the Flyers because, new leaf this year, check out our podcast drops on Fridays. Yep. And if we need cheap followers on Stream, Jesus.
Why did we put that one up?
Because he put it up and he walked away just to be a jackass. It's fine. I know Chris. Oh, there we go. Who signed that?
Bernie Parent.
Is that Bernie? Is that the Bernie sign?
Bernie.
Yeah.
Yep. I had to look at it. I was like, wait a minute. No.
Yeah, Bernie passed away. 2 days ago?
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday night. Sunday 80 years old. He is the only Philadelphia, goalie with championships, right?
I don't think people realize how good he was in the 70s. Like, he had 30 shutouts in 2 years.
Yeah,
and the clinching game of the Stanley Cup Finals in back-to-back years. The first game was 1-0. The second game was 2-0. But the second goal was scored with like 10 seconds left.
Yeah, I think people look at Hextall as being I don't know, for some reason the better goalie, but for some reason statistically he's just not. I think it's just, it's our generation thinks, Hextall was the man. And it's not to say he wasn't, but he's like the damn Marino of hockey.
Yeah, he was a maniac.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm saying it. Tyler's calling it out. We're gonna win it for Bernie.
Maybe I'll actually watch some hockey this year.
It's been 50
Probably
years.
not.
Can we please?
Yeah, it's been a while, dude. Yeah, we need it. So, you have actually a hot take you wanted to give on the state of Philadelphia sports. Do you want to take it away?
No microphone.
Did he mute himself?
Whatever you did, you broke your mic.
He totally.
I did see him headbutting it, so I mean that's dangerous in itself.
It's probably busted forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way that thing's ever gonna work again. If his head ever made contact with that piece of equipment, it's damaged. His head
he damaged mine with his headbutting his.
Well, he's like one of those wooders.
I can hear you, right?
Yes,
Oh.
100%.
Okay.
I knew you could hear me. We knew you were mute. It didn't matter.
No, I hit it, and
Yeah.
unhooked
All
the thing.
right. Give us the state of Philadelphia sports.
So obviously we have a good thing going on. We got the Eagles, we got the Phillies, Flyers,